Boom, chicka, 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 boom, chicka, chicka, boom. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here. I'm queer. I am here to do 3D printing with cacti. I don't know. There's a cable under my desk. I don't know what that goes to. We're gonna talk 3D printing, so you can learn to make stuff like that or that or this. Oh, let me take it out. Let me whip it out real quick. I want you to see it. So big. Ah, that. Oh, look at that. Oh, completely 3D printed. Little glowy things. My prototype. Prototype keychain. Goes with my rainbow. So yeah, we're gonna get into 3D print stuff, and we're gonna discuss like how I got started, how you can get started, and things like that. And I'm trying to get my 3D cam to work so we can see it, but right now it is just white screen. So I'm still like debugging, testing. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see, maybe if I change ports. Let me just stick it into the other hole. Didn't like that one. Maybe it likes it in the frontsies. Let's see, and then we'll open that up and we'll see. Deactivate. Activate. No, it's just white screen. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me go bang on it a little bit. That's what I can do. I can see it from right here, so I'll bang on it. That makes it do a thing. Huh? You want to do it? No, you don't want to do it? Okay, fine. That's all right. We'll learn all the other stuff. And then we'll check on it in a little bit. Because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just comes and goes. I'm working on getting a new thing for it, a 3D a GoPro. That should help a whole lot. And, that'll be cool. Won't that be cool? Won't you guys be like, yeah, I'm digging that. I'm real into it. Let me see. Uh, oh, I got a notification that I was streaming. Cool, I'm streaming. Thanks, man. I can't hear the sound effects. Let me plug this in. Let me get this. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. That's so far. What's up, Apollo? There we go. Now I can hear all the toots and fun things that you guys hear, including pop scares. So, Autobot Mom, lurk. Here we is. So let's get in. Let's get into first. There are 101 ways to get started in 3D printing, including going to your public library and using their 3D printer. I love you too. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Um, for example, I work at, if you're anywhere near me, I work at a library that has a makerspace that has a 3D printer. Um, oh yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to set up is a cam so you guys can watch 3D prints happen. But as you can see, it's being real difficult right now. It don't want to show. Don't want to show. Or pants cam still shows. Pants cam still shows just fine. Look at that. You can see my pants. Sexy pants. Yeah. But no, 3D print cam was like, I don't wanna do the thing. But that's okay. Because, work in progress, still happening. And you can bring in designs and they'll slice it for free. Like I know, for example, our library charges 10 cents per gram of filament. And what filament is, those of you not familiar with what 3D printing is. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the subscription. Go, man. Love that. Makes my day. This is 3D filament. Look at that. It's just plastic. And this is special. This is Rapid PLA Plus. Um, yep. It's a brand of my printer. It's not expensive. It's really not expensive. Um, And it's, I get it. Let's see. I think I paid like $30 for 2 kilograms. Can you show all the colors? Currently, I have yellow, black, and transparent. But the transparent's starting to annoy me a little bit, so I don't want to talk about it. I usually, for me, I typically only print in black because I do a lot of painting. I paint most of my prints, so it doesn't really matter what print I print in. Uh, is that orange? No, this is red. But as you can see, yeah, it just doesn't look red on the thing, but it's actually cherry red. And there's not that much left. Like, this is near the end, as you can see. So it really wouldn't print that much. Because I did print half of that is actually half of that proton pack is printed in red. So like I remember I had gotten red for a one little project I had to do for Chef and Brittany's wedding, and so I just went through the red and printed a bunch of stuff with red until I was down with it. Uh, because I think a lot of the stuff I print with is just black because I end up painting it. Uh, let's see. The first thing you're gonna have to do, and I'm about to switch over and show you my screen, so you guys can kind of see what I see, and we're gonna walk through like where do I start? Like I need a design, and the best way to start for a design, if you're not somebody who can design things, is... sorry, didn't mean to do that. No, not so low. Full. There we go. Turn off guest star. Here you can see me. It's Thingiverse. Look at this. This is a free website. All you have to do is to really get into it, you just go to Thingiverse right up here. I'll post it in the chat. Boom, check that out. And you can browse literally thousands. Lots of free stuff on Cold 3D. Yeah, Cold 3D is really great too. You imagine? Yes, there are endless sites, and Thingiverse I think is just like one of my favorites. It's because I like to set up, and it's really good. Like, let me go into like my collections, things I printed. So, oh yeah, things I will be printing. For example, right here, this is my Ghostbusters file. Uh, the goggles that are hanging right there. Let me go grab them real quick. These guys. This is where I got the file. It's done by the Goon. Like I said in the stream where we put these together, I gave full credit, but now you can kind of see where it is. In fact, if you go to the makes, you can. The one thing I like about Thingiverse, and I'm sure you can do it on Cult 3D and you imagine, in the other ways, you can see people who have made it, so you can kind of get like a feel. Like it's like the comments. It's like a rating, except done. If you go there, like for this one, you can see me. Look, I made these. And now I'm kind of showing off. And this is from our stream when we streamed it. And guys, that lighter is there for prop purposes because I used it for wiring, not for nefarious deeds. Because someone was like, "Why you got a lighter in that photo?" And I'm like, "Because I melted wire with it." But you can see, other people who have made it in the past, like this guy did it, and things like that. And you can find all sorts of like really cool things and like how they took it and they designed it and they did this and they did that. And I love it. I love getting in there and just kind of seeing like the different ways people made stuff. And make sure I am still in fact streaming. I'm good, a bit right. So I really get into that, like how they got in there and just made stuff. Now I don't just stop there. I'm one of those people like I will get a design like someone has made something, but I'm like, but I want it to do A, B, or C. So I will make version 1, which is right here. Let's see. This is version 1. There's no power switch. but there are actual metal parts on it. And this is what I call the prototype. Let me get in there. Go in your home, which is why this is only the prototype because that's annoying. And you see now mine lights up. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but let me tighten the strap. That's cool and all, but I want this power switch right here. I want it to function and not just be a 3D knob because if you look at the original file, it's just meant to stick in there and glue in and stick, like so. Which is cool. Well, looks real good. Looks real. I want functionality. And so now we're going to kind of go into like a little more detail. There's this free, wonderful site called Tinkercad. It's right here. And Tinkercad is done by Autodesk, which is a unparalleled designer of CAD software, 3D modeling software, and they do real good. They do real good stuff, and they've done a lot of stuff for education, which is why I promote it so well because all of it's free. Like these are some powerful design tools from 3D designs to circuits to code blocks. Here's a great example. Hold on. Let me get in here and tinker this. This is the keychain that I built right here. It's my own design. It lights up. I put a little battery pack in there. Oh, go switch. There we go. Turn it off. I can turn it on. And it is literally the sync generator of my encyclotron of my proton pack. It's actually the exact one. I took the model, which is broken up into a million little pieces. And you have to be a certain age to make an account. You do, but I assume if you're watching my mature audience only stream, you are the appropriate age legally. You may feel younger, you may act younger, but you're still legal age. But I have found that most parents, when I teach it in at the library for work, most parents will make their parents, kid account, and I have a student account. I mean, most 3-year-olds can't read, but yet here you are. I get you though. I get you. Figure out my. I do have a student account that I let kids who come in and use just kind of get in there and design. And what I did is I took some models, various pieces, and put it together, and several code things. I hollowed it out and added some holes, which end up being like the base and screw holes. Because one of the fun parts about like 3D modeling is everything has a designated size. I find that with 3D modeling, especially particularly Ghostbuster equipment, size 3M screws are universal. They're godsend. They're great in everything from headgears to keychains to full size proton packs and ghost traps. So I highly suggest investing in those. And well, you're like, well, how do I make a screw hole? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's make a screw hole in this. Actually, let's make let's start fresh. Let's get fresh, y'all. Great 3D design. Let's get in there. Let's learn with Penis Science. The Mansplain Hour, where I mansplain 3D printing. But it's not really mansplaining because you're voluntarily here. Is that anything I teach? Is that mansplaining? Oh God, I'm in a conundrum now because I don't know if this is mansplaining or teaching. Shit. Oh well, fuck it. We're gonna run into it. Let's go. Let's learn. Depends how you teach it. I like it. Let's put a little heart in it. Let's put a little love. All right. So I want to do a 3D model, and you can stretch it, be around there. If you hold the shift key when you are scaling stuff, because I've noticed a lot of people when they get in 3D modeling, they will do this, and they didn't mean to make it that, and they're like, oh crap, how do I make it back? Just while you're doing this, Hold shift and it scales uniform. Weep, 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 weep. It was the Grinch and his heart grew 3 times that size. It grew too big. Let's be cynical about it. Let's get down here. All right. Small heart, but too tall. So now we have a heart. Cool. Well, what are we going to do with the heart? We're just going to 3D print this very mundane, just a little heart. There we go. Okay, well, I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess we could. Come on, y'all. Let's don't be boring with it. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's pull this in here. Rotate it. $90 degrees. Scale it down. And kind of move it in there. And you notice how it's kind of jerking around? And it's kind of moving. If you use Tinkercad, this took me a hot minute to figure out. It's like, but I need it right here. No, right in the middle of that. Down here, you'll see what's called the snap grid. And the chat is hiding, but if you click the snap grid, you can change from 1 millimeter snaps to 0.5 millimeter, 0.25, 1 to 5 millimeter snaps. So when I snap it, it snaps in 5 millimeter increments, which are great if you're working on a very, very specific size scale. That makes sense? Like, I know this is supposed to be exactly 5 millimeters farther up. Boop. So now if I hit arrow keys, it just jumps 5 millimeter increments. I am very much a 0.1 or off kind of guy because I like to edge it in there. I like to edge it. Oh, yeah. See me edging it? Get in here. Let's see. That way a little bit. Yeah. Get in there. Yeah. Edging is good. I love edging. But I don't want to add to this 3D model. I want to kind of subtract and make a hole. So then I click solid. You have it right up here. Solid hole. So now if I were to group these objects, come up here and you select all. You just drag, select all, and hit group. Much of this is possible, but I might have to rewatch it. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I get it. Live streaming is one of those hard things. It's hard to get, like, I've got to sit here for blankety blank amount of time. All right, so now I have cut a little groove into our heart. It's your groove thing, come on. And I can do this many, many different ways. Let's say I want it a little slant, I want a little heart slant. Let's see, No, I don't want to make a new heart. Get out of here, heart. Let's ungroup you. Take this, no, just take one of you away. Take this hole away. Get this heart. We're just going to duplicate it. Control D. And we're going to rotate the heart a little bit. We want to rotate it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees. Move it so it still lines up. Yeah. Just like that. Select the heart as a whole. Select all objects. Group. And it's still a little rough, like I said. There's tender things. But now you can kind of see the heart is in a new groove pattern. So let's ungroup. Tell you what, let's scale this heart a little bit. Let's scale. Scale the whole thing up. Now just like that. And you know what? We didn't even have to use heart. Well, I'm making it overly complicated. We can use this triangle right here. Look at this. We won't. Boom. Flip over. And if you want to make a slant, you make the top level that. Bring down. So it's like absorbing it. Shake your groove thing, come on. That was too much of an incline. Let's see. Let's go. Now, if I make it a hole, get a group. Boom. Now, as you can see, we have a little slanted up. There's lots of stuff you can do in here, and you have to get exact measurements. Like you guys saw, I made the screw holes. I can come in here and like I want this to be my screw hole. I want it to be 3 millimeters. I click this, and so now I can say 3 by 3. Now I know this hole is 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. So if I needed to screw it down to something that's a 3 millimeter screw, boom. Let me pour in more. Like remember I was talking about like these right here, and I wanted to make I wanted to make this the working power knob. So what I did was go to. Boy, I hope you don't see my porn collection. Orzo? Was it Zodo? Nope. Where did I order that from? Mini rotator switch. Rotary switch. Switch. So, there we go. It's a good one. Okay, Duty for Industries. Oh, this doesn't have the picture. Oh, well, I mean, it has the product dimensions right here. But I don't, this, okay, let me find a better site. Let me find a better. But, because there was a schematic where I actually ordered it at. This picture, y'all are not showing near the helpful stuff where I got it. DigiKey's real good about it. Let's see. Not showing what I want. Ah, here we go. Yep, this is the site I ordered from too. So I pulled this up and I said, okay, that switch is, the knob is 6.5 by 12 by 1.7 by 6. You can look at these cool schematics, or I dumped them because I have a whole little bag of them. Electronic batteries. Where are you, my pretties? Oh, right here. I had them out because I'm about to wire stuff. It's a groove thing, come on. Let me show you. These are what I actually ordered, but you saw the schematic, and there's like the actual switch that I'm going to put in these goggles. Right in there. Not these particular goggles, but version 2.0, they have a lot more cooler things added to them. I look goofy with this thing on my head. Do I look sexy or goofy with this thing on my head? Let me know. Am I looking good? Are you like, yeah, look at that Ghostbuster freak, he's sexy? Or, hey, look at that Ghostbuster dude, he looks goofy, but I'm into it. Anyway, let me put this up and go back to making me tiny. But I was able to, and I will show you on here because I actually made it and printed it already. It's already done. Power knob. Tinker disc. Select all and group. And I pretty much just made 2 spheres and made them the exact size of like what these dimensions were right here. 12, 6. In fact, I made them 0.1 millimeters, a little bigger than they were. Oh, yeah, you're coming off my head. You're not size from my head, you're size from my big-headed son. Shake your groove thing, come on. I don't know why that's in my head. I don't know. I'm just in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. Yeah, good mood. So I made them this dimensions. I made them just a 0.1 millimeter, slightly bigger, for science purposes, because like I said, when you fit it in there, you gotta realize that not everything's perfect, and it's better to be a little too big than a little too small. Because if it's too small, you're gonna have to take a rotary tool and get in there, or drill and drill. you also have to realize that in the end, you're going to hot glue this thing in there anyway. Like once I get the switch in there, I'm going to hot glue. And the reason hot glue is because it's not permanent. Hot glue is not permanent. That's why I love it. Hot glue can be permanent and it will stick, but it's not irrevocably permanent. If I use something like super glue or like gorilla glue, that that's staying. That's in one piece now. You have one piece, you break it. Hot glue, I could, if I really wanted to, I could wiggle it out, possibly not break it. So now I've got my little knob. And you might be saying to yourself, man, that's a pretty sweet knob. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your knob? And I'm like, well, I've got to pull my knob into something else. I've got to, my knob needs to go into other things before I can really handle it. So we have to export our knob to our computers. We have to almost take a knob photo, but not so much a knob photo, but a knob file. And so I'm going to hit export, and I'm going to put everything in this design. That's very important, because if you only select the design, and I've done this before, you can end up exporting the whole and only the whole. And don't get me wrong, I love just having nothing but whole, but to a computer, a whole is nothing. Computers just, they read holes as empty space. I believe holes are just where God's work is done. But computers are, they're not progressive. They see it as empty space. So everything in the design, and right here are the files. Now, this is why I love Tinkercad. This is all free. You can also send to my printer. If you have a printer that does one of these, I don't do that. I like to bring it into my next step. And you can export it in for 3D printing into OBJ, STL. Go lift the fuck, GLTF. Go Luke the fuck. Fuck you, Luke. For laser cutting, which is very cool, and I do SVGs right here, and I will be using those for the same people who helped me build the motherboard to the Proton Pack. Anyway, we're going to export STL, all the files. And now we have a power knob. Ooh, power knob. And we can see it right here. This is one I already saved and printed earlier. And we're going to bring it into what's called slicing, our slicer file. Our slicer for our 3D printer. This is how our 3D printer is going to read what we want to print and pretty much how to go from there. It's essentially, we're going to make instructions for our printer, which actually are going to be very easy. We're going to get in there. And so we're opening our slicer. And my little battery keeps us. Yes. Put that back where I got it so I don't lose it. I hate going around my room and I'll pull something out for a prop and I'll be like, show somebody, like, oh, look at this. And I'll just sit it down somewhere. And then when I need it, I will be running around my room going, where the hell did I put this? Or I'll hold it for a second. I'll sit it down and be like, okay, let me just do this. Where did it go? All right, here we go. So as you see, now our knob is in here. Again, I know what you're saying is a pretty sweet knob. You're real into it. It's not the longest, and it is thicker in places that you wouldn't expect a knob to be thicker, and have weird ridges on it. It is ribbed for your pleasure. It makes it easier to turn the knob, and it has a little notch in it. I'm a freak. But now it has a little chasm, as you can see. Let me pull in the original knob. Let's look what the original knob looked like. Back up here. So let's ungroup and just kind of see, like, if I were to make this. Can I make you disappear without deleting you? I can. I can just delete you and then nope. Delete you. So that was a solid object, just one piece. You stick it in the hole and you glue it. Bump, glue. And so now we've kind of taken that out and hollowed it out and made it into a not solid knob. So over here are our settings for our slicer program. And I say 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, uh, the profile settings are great. They're great. You love them. You hate to see them, but you love them. The only thing you'll change very often is like I said, we're doing fast. We don't have to make it high detailed. Like this knob is not a tiny detailed little thing. As you can see, I did kind of print in some good detail just because I wanted to get the ridges detailed. But we're not printing this. I've already printed it. We're kind of showing you the instructions. The next thing you want to do is with 3D printing is it can't print in midair. It has to have something to print on. So see how this hangs over like this? Now I'm about to tell y'all something and then immediately ignore everything I just told you. Sometimes you have to print with what's called supports, which are little bridges pretty much. It's like scaffolding. It will print scaffolding on places so that the printer, which is injecting plastic, molten plastic, is not just dropping it on the ground. It's not just falling because gravity's a thing. I would love to print in 0G. I bet that'd be so cool. I'm gonna Google. You know what? I'm Googling that later. We're 0Ging it. So this one does not need supports because as you see is the angle is not straight. It is more like angled up. So the 3D printer can build on itself. Like it can handle that. If it were like something ridiculous like a Mandalorian helmet. Oh, let me see what else I got in here. Actual frames. Here, let's pull them in. Because I also had to modify the frames themselves to fit and harness the switch. So I had to do I had to widen the hole a little bit right here. But if I were to print this just as is, it would fall apart. Like it wouldn't be able to print. So in reality, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna rotate it like that. Yeah, it's sitting flat, and we're still going to have to add supports. And I will show you like the difference of what it looks like with supports, without supports, two different objects. Because I have both of them up right now. You know what the quality is. We know what the shell is. You don't need to mess with that. Generate support. Boom. Slice there, and then let's come back to this. While that's doing that, we're gonna take supports off of this one because it won't need it. Yeah, no. Slice. And let me show you a little preview. So now it's all red and pretty, and you're like, "Ugh, I don't get it. I don't get it." I didn't get it at first either. And then, oh, Calvino with the pop scare made me pee a little bit, but it's cool because we're looking at my knob. My knob is all sliced. Hey, Calvino, you like my knob? I made this knob. I made this knob real good. You like looking at my knob? Look at it. Look at this high detailed knob that we're going to 3D print. I customized it and everything. It now fits a pedometer switch, a rotary switch. A miniature one. But anyway, here we go. Now I've sliced up my knob. And we have, in fact, bringing it down to layers. So the first thing the 3D printer is going to do is lay down this blue stuff, which is what we call the brim. It's going to brim my knob to help it stick to the 3D print plate. Let's see if the 3D print camera is working. Let's see if it finally came on. Let's see the 3D print camera. Nope, that's the wrong one. 3D print camera's working. So we're going to have a little fun here in a minute. All right. And then the printer is essentially going to print layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. And let me go through the colors right now. Yellow is what we call the base layer. The very first layer, it's surface layer. It's like, this is where we're starting at, and this is where we're going to end at. The blue is for supports. And we can pull this one over here. See the preview. This one is printed with supports. So now that is the scaffolding that holds the print, that gives the printer something to print on. It's like little workers building up a building. So it does it layer by layer. The orange is what's called infill. It's what makes solid. So like this guy has 0 infill. Squish, 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 squish. I mean, of course, PLA is not this floppy, but like it's hollow. You could squish it. This guy's like solid. He's like, I think he is at 50% infill. I don't know how to saw him open to find out. 50 to 100. But I could put this in a vise, and it would take a lot of strength to crush. The higher the infill, the more solid the object is. And so one mistake a lot of people do is they will go the highest infill possible. They're like, gotta make it strong. Gotta make it so strong. And then I want you to realize that this whole sucker, it is hollow because I had to put innards in it, but it's solid. This is solid and strong and feels like durable. It's 15% infill. 15. Only 15. Whole base? 15. Solid as a rock. Like a rock. Put you back on the base. Your home? Proton pack. 15 to 20% infill, depending on where it was at. You don't need a lot of infill. You really don't. And then, goes up there. And so now you have all your X layers, your Y layers, your Z layers. And we're ready to export out to the machine. Now, to do that, we go to File, Export. And my printer particularly runs on a G-code file, and that's what it prints. So now, we can switch over to actual 3D print stuff. Here we go, here we go. Here we go again now. Let's go to full camera, webcam layer. Boom. There's my little 3D printer. I gotta finish leveling this right now. Hold on. So you can hear me better. I might show a little distance because I'm a little far away. Oh, my knobs. My printing knobs. You always save you. Alright. So on this camera, right here are my settings for the 3D printer. I have leveled it. Bob on the knob like corn on the cob. Check in with me. Print this job. Calvino, stop giving me good shirt ideas. So I have to do the last step of leveling, which is just balance my Z-bed. That sounds much dirtier than it is. Paper, get in here, hold on. Now, it's good, I like it. What I'm doing right now is making sure my printer is nice and level, has all the balance it needs. Just like that, yeah, just like that. I'm saving it. And I'm going to start a print. Now I'm not printing the knob because I've already printed the knob. The knob's right there. Got its hole. It fits. I did it. I'm a winner. I'm going to print something else. You're cool. Yeah, it was. That was fast AF. This is actually a super fast printer. Uh, and we're gonna see if this screws up or not. File. Print. Well, every sign is wrong. Hold on. You gotta restart you. That's my hose holder. That's the back of my hose holder. It holds my hose. Put a little tube in there, and it's a hose holder. But I gotta put magnets in it first. So it actually uses this little, your little USB drive right here. Just plug that sucker in. Didn't want to read it, so I'm gonna restart it. Cool, it's whatever. Wants to be acting like that, it could be acting like that. He likes to get finicky sometimes. Good boy, but he's a cranky boy. Yeah. Different area codes? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. I do! It happens! I get hoses from the internet. Etsy is my friend. Actually, Amazon. Okay, what's wrong with this SD card? Going back. Bringing it back. Head back, boss. Boom. Head back. Hold on. What's going on with you? Oh, gotta fix the drive. Gotta fix it. Okay. Alright. My computer's wanting to be wonky on my stuff. I get most of my hose from Amazon. Scan it and fix. Repair drive. There we go. Now let's see if my 3D printer will read it. Let's see if it'll do it. Might need to update the firmware is what I might need to do. Oh, okay. Printer on here, huh? Printer on this one. We got, huh? Let me in, coach. That works. Just having trouble reading this particular drive. That's cool, bro. That's cool. We got you. Amazon hose be hot. That's cool. I'm going to. Let me see if I can't just format this card. Bum 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 bum. Yes. Yes. Now I can open a different file. Dun, 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 dun. No, 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 no. Dun, dun, dun. All right, that looks good. Good. All right, give me a second. I'm doing a thing. I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing. Port place. Saving. Now we're gonna see. We're gonna see if this worked. No, I'm gonna throw it to entertainment. Because it works when y'all not watching. There we go. I'm trying to get in my motherfucking house. I don't do no stink bugs. Alright, what it's doing now? Actually, hold on, I'm gonna make this. Nope, wrong thing. And I'm actually working on replacing the OnlyFans cam, which is with a 3D print cam. What do y'all think of that? Or pants cam? Oh, you know, I might replace the pants cam. I'll let you guys vote on it. I don't really use a pants cam anymore. I'll just send you pictures of my pants, y'all. Y'all don't need to see a camera. I can just take a picture. Is that okay? We take the pants cam, we repurpose it to 3D print cam because that could be pretty cool. Saying. All right. I can just send you pictures. You cash it in. I'll just send you pictures. Okay. I got a phone. I'll just snap before it's gone. Thank you. So right now, what it's gonna do is it's gonna print a little test print, a little strip, and I drop those things everywhere, and I just find them all over. It's just gonna go. And so we're gonna watch that go down in the 4 minutes we have left. Like I'm not gonna make y'all sit here and watch the entire 3D print, but since I started doing more and more 3D printing and whatnot, I have decided like I'm gonna make it like a reward that you guys can just turn on and watch. And I might do some like 3D print. Here we go. Look at that. It's going. I got it, Calvino. Let's see. And I think I can adjust the picture on the pants cam a little better. Right now, what it's doing is I'm building. Let me switch over to. No, that's full gaming. Gaming. I'm printing this, which is a belt holder for another device I made for my Ghostbuster cosplay. So, and I just leveled the bed, and this is a tricky design because it's very flat and very thin. So there's a lot of like stuff it could really mess up on. Um, but I kind of like the 3D print cam. I think it looks good. Now y'all just wait. y'all wait till it like starts going, and y'all realize why it's taking a little while to get the 3D print cam mounted. Because right now it's going very slowly. It's laying down its adhesion, what's called the adhesion layer, which is the makes it stick to the plate. And I'm gonna, if you guys like the stream, I'm probably gonna go into more details about how like 3D print works, like why it's got that white stuff still on there. It's not just because my knob was hot, but I put a little glue down to help it stick. And the plate heats up. Oh, there's all manner of things. There's so many things that goes into 3D printing between calibrating and leveling. And once they get good camera range around this, and that's one thing when I plan when I'm moving, because I'll be moving sooner than later. Not that I don't love where I live right now. I love Chef and Brittany with all my heart and soul, but I want to expand operations. It is like a reverse machine. But I want to expand my workshop. I want to expand my stream setup. I want to expand my playroom, which is all right here in this room for now. And I love Chef and Brittany, but I know they don't want me expanding all over their entire house. Right, coming to that wedding was amazing. They looked so beautiful. I cried. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I cried at their wedding. Uh, it was very embarrassing. But I own that shit. I was just like, I'm so happy for them. I helped Brittany on so many things, and she confided in me, and look how happy she is. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. It just looks so good. And that was me during the wedding, and it was great. I loved it. I was like, I always cry at weddings. So, and you know what? I could turn off that little headlight thing. That might help a little bit. That way it's not. So, well, see, now I need. I'm gonna. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the new when the new camera. Get the patch cam set up over there. Yeah, I'm sure Nev did. I got to see Nev and Miko. I mean, y'all saw the pics I posted. And then I do have to. Now that we're like closing it in, I'm gonna continue streaming while this thing goes, so you guys can see how it really just starts flying. Because I'm only printing at half speed. I never print at full speed, so I'm never in that much of a rush. And the faster you print, the sloppier it gets. So I print at half speed. But I'm going to make the announcement here officially that I have, as of now, left the BSBN. I could get in details why, but it really boils down to the BSBN is just not the BSBN anymore. It doesn't. It's tense. It's not fun. I get vibes from people, and I don't feel comfortable with it. But I am still very close friends, and you will see me streaming with several members of the BSBN, including Nev, Miko, and like all. I mean, you know what? All of them and all that. But I'm just like, I know I started the BSBN. I know it was like my little baby and all that, but vibes change, and I'm just not comfortable with it. So I asked some things, and I stepped away because I want to get back to the roots of having fun and making content for fun. Fun content is fun to make and fun to do. And sometimes we touch feet, and sometimes we don't. And sometimes we make helpful content, and sometimes we make fart content. And sometimes we make both at the same time. Like I can put this guy on my vape, and now it's fart content. Good one, Calvino. I fucking love it. Uh, as you see, like I printed that, and oh man, that printer is just going to go. Um, and so I'm going to let it test and sit and watch. I don't know if I'll sit there because it could be like 20 minutes before it actually starts really speeding. I got shit to do, y'all. I'm tired. I had a full weekend. My best friends got married. And they were adorable and cute. And there was a lot of drinking in the wedding. And then I had a lot of fun in the hotel afterwards. But that's neither here nor there. Uh, and of course, Look at it go. Oh, it's starting to. And I'm sure we'll have lots of frustration because, like I said, this print has already failed 3 times. So I think I need to tweak it, and I tweaked it. This is like the third tweak. I've rotated it and then changed like layer levels of this, layer levels of that, and recalibrated. So we'll see. But now you can see it's kind of laying down that very first layer of just melted plastic and going. But when that thing goes, it shakes everything. So I need to see how steady that camera is to see if I need to mount, a better mount for it and whatnot. But I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. D101 has been a lot of fun with this new like fluid motion. Like one day we're talking props, the other day we're talking mental health. We're doing this, we're doing that. It's fun not having planned content. It's fun just being like, I kind of want to do 3D printing. I want to talk 3D printing today. That's what I want to do. Or I want to talk mental health today. Or I want a video game. Or I want to have a guest on and do this and just have whoever gets on it. I mean, y'all, having Paul Bradford on here was like awesome, and he's coming back soon, very soon. Now that we have fixed all the technical difficulties. So yeah, we're gonna have. Let me move this over here. We're gonna have so much fun coming up on D101. More cool shit like this, and then we're gonna have a contest of guess 3D print, win the 3D print. I'll be printing something, and you can like pull up, choose the reward to look at it, and then take a guess. And if you guess right, you win it. It only works one time per print. And there will be special prints like that. Reward will always be on. Also, we have a charity stream coming up, and I'm not saying that the prizes have gotten cooler, but the prizes may have gotten cooler. So raffles and whatnot. Anybody want a proton pack? Ecto goggles, Mandalorian helmet, cool shit like that. Are we gonna finish Last of Us? We could finish Last of Us. You know what? We'll start back on Last of Us. That's a good idea. And y'all, I want to let you know the paintballs from the last charity stream are in fact coming. Me and Bates have been working. We've been coming up with ideas here and left and right how to get it to work because we had some paintball gun troubles and filming troubles of how we are going to film it, and it was cold and we didn't want to put electronics outside to film it. But I want you to know that we haven't forgot the paintballs, and we still have a tally, and that's still coming. And think instead of live, we're going to do it as a video and then post the video so you guys can see it, because I think it'll be a lot easier to just get out there and shoot me with paintballs and film it rather than try to wire it up and do it live. So me and Bates have been working tirelessly on that. So getting shot with paintballs is still in the works and still hasn't been forgotten. All the other like press rewards are coming, but I will say yes, because our new charity stream's coming up, and because now it's just going to be me running charity streams. Getting older, so I figured yes, we'll keep the rewards that require me to do embarrassing, painful things because screw that, I'm never going to quit. But I want to raise more money than that, so we're going to start doing raffles for cool props, not just from me, but from some other affiliates that I have been working with. There might be cool things like I know we are giving away a Luigi Ouija board. And we're going to do that during the ghost hunt hour in the middle of the night where we're going to be ghost hunting. So we're going to do like a Luigi Ouija board giveaway, like raffle, while we're playing like Demonologist and Phasmophobia. Because I fixed it. It works now. Fixed the ghost shit. And so charity streams coming up are going to be off the hinges cool. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all the future stuff Under Streams has to offer, including new content. And when I move to a better location, you guys are going to see a lot of growth. You're going to see some new people on here. You're going to see some people like my wonderful partner, and we're going to be doing things like build up Legos, things like that. It's going to be fun. I don't know why I was doing this. Because I know it's going to be fun. I just kind of like doing this. Screen. Oh, wait. Screen capture. Hold on. Let me take one. Let me do a cool screen cap. I want to do a cool screen cap. You ready? You ready? Hold on. Let me get rid of the chat logo. You guys ready? Wait, hold on. Lower that one. This is what I do a lot of times. You guys see thumbnails on my videos. I sit around and do this shit. And grab props and make thumbnails that way. And I just record my stream while I'm off camera because I'm a loser like that. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you, talk to you, chat with you soon. Bye.